KVSC Sports, I'm John Peterson, here joined by the St. Cloud State Husky senior captain and two-time NCAA Division II runner-up, Jake Kahnke. Jake, first week of practice for the new wrestling season is underway. Even though you and the team have probably been practicing in the fall and the summer, how does it feel to finally get things officially started here for the 2012-13 campaign?
Well, it feels good to finally be in the regular season now. We'll start being on the mat every day, which is nice. Summer was a nice break for everyone, taking some time off. Preseason is pretty much, build the mental toughness, especially for those freshmen. Now it's the grind of the season starting off here, and it'll be a long season, but for some reason they always seem to go faster than you want them to.
You and the team spent the night at the Preserve in Kimball a little over a week ago, and explain how important that retreat was for the team as a whole.
It's something we do every year. It's more or less for the freshmen, I'd say, especially. Obviously because, all the veterans we have either wrestled, a year, 2-3 years together. It's just a way to get everyone together. Just because of school, everyone's schedules, we don't get a lot of time as far as the whole team together to actually, spend some time together and get to know everyone. It's very important, especially for those freshmen. Because once the competition season starts, outside of those varsity guys that we travel with, we really don't, see a lot of those. Other guys, especially if they're not around your weight and you're not practicing with them, you don't really have a lot of interaction. So it's I'd say crucial for team bonding.
As a senior captain, what have you learned in the past from former captains that have graduated already?
You learn a lot of stuff, not even from the captains, just the guys you wrestle. Experience-wise, I definitely learned, from Tad breaking his hand last year at the national tournament. That was terrible what happened to him. But you just learn to, deal with it, with adversity. Coaches are always, saying, if you're missing practice and stuff, if you're hurt or whatever, and they're always saying situations like, well, what happens if you get hurt or what happens if you get sick at the national tournament? Are you just gonna, just not wrestle? And there's that situation. He's warming up first day, breaks his hand. It was amazing what he accomplished, with one hand and that adversity. Just never giving up. Same with Derek. Coming back from his shoulder surgery, his drive just through, taking a year off and then, coming all the way back, getting beat in regions and then, coming back to win that title was, it's just a lot of dedication and hard work. It just goes to show that, it's going to pay off in the end.
One last question for you here. There's 17 new freshmen coming in this year, and how are they important to the team, even though most of them probably won't find a spot for themselves on the squad? Day in and day out, how important are the freshmen to this year's team?
They're very important. It's not even the freshmen. It's, everyone that's not starting. Maybe it was the guys, like the redshirt freshmen now, the guys that, didn't compete last year. It's all those younger guys they're very crucial to the team. I know we have a good group of guys this year. They seem to be great. We haven't had any issues, but obviously, in a couple of years they are going to be, the starters. So, they're very important because they're going to be the future team. And, this is where the program's going to go. So, they need to be pushed, and they also, they need to work hard. They need to want to be here. I think most of their attitudes are good. But you always have those few guys, in any sport where, they just think to themselves, well, I got the year off, I'm not wrestling. So they're the ones that kind of, go party and, those kind of things that we need to deal with right away because, one guy starts doing it. It's just, like a disease that spreads, then, a couple more guys and eventually, then you got all the guys that aren't competing doing the same thing. So, they're very important. Everyone makes up the team. It's not just the starters, it's everyone.
All right, senior captain of the St. Cloud State Husky wrestling team, join with me here, Jake Kahnke. Best of luck this season, just starting out this week, but a lot of activity before the Black and Red Classic on November 2nd. Best of luck this season.
Thank you.